Good morning, dear students. I, Professor Basavaraj Tolche, welcome you all for today's lecture on elements of cost and market analysis subject. In previous class, we have seen the law of demand, and along with that, we saw the demand schedule and demand curve. In previous class, we saw the definition of law of demand, which says other things being equal, rising price leads to fall in demand and fall in price leads to rise in demand, which means the price and demand have universal relationship, which one falls the other will increase, and if one increases the other will fall. So this is how the opposite relationship between price and demand we have seen through the law of demand. Now today we will see the assumptions of law of demand. Assumptions means certain things which should be constant, or it should be constant, then only the law of demand can be applicable. If these things change or these assumptions change, the law of demand cannot be applied, or the law of demand will fall, or it cannot be applied. It becomes false or it becomes wrong. So there are certain things which should be constant, then only we can apply the law of demand. So we'll see what are those things which should be constant, then only we can apply the law of demand, or these constant things which should be there, these constant things are known as assumptions. If these assumptions are constant, then only the law of demand can be applicable. We'll see these assumptions. The first assumption for law of demand is habits, taste and fashion remains constant. As per the law of demand, the habits, taste and the fashion should remain constant. Then only the law of demand can be applicable. Suppose if the habits change or the tastes change, then the law of demand cannot be applied. Or if the fashion changes, the law of demand cannot be applied. So the taste or habit should be same. If it changes, the law of demand cannot be applied. In olden days, if you see, people used to use the cloth cap which old people used to use, or feta. But now people have started using the new caps, because of which the old caps are now out of use, out of fashion. So at such situations, the law of demand cannot be applicable. Even if you decrease the prices of dhoti, now people will not use those dhotis, because the tastes, habits or fashion have been changed and those things are out of fashion. So because of which, in certain situations, the law of demand cannot be applied. Then the second point of assumption is money income of the consumer does not change. The income of the consumer should be constant. If the income of a consumer changes, the law of demand cannot be applied. Suppose a person who is getting 30,000 salary today, he will plan his spendings accordingly. And if the prices increase, he will try to spend up to his limit. The same person, if he gets 1 lakh rupees salary, he may not bother about the prices, because his income has been increased, and because of which the consumer will purchase even if the prices are high. So to apply the law of demand, the money or income of the consumer should not change or does not change, because if the person is getting more money, he will not bother for the changing prices or increasing prices. He will purchase as much as possible. But if the person's income or salary, if it is unchanged, if it is same, then the law of demand can be applicable. And if the prices increase, he may not purchase. But if the income is increasing, the person will not bother about the prices. So therefore, to apply law of demand, the second assumption is money or income of the consumer should not change. The third assumption is prices of other goods remain constant. The various other goods or other products which are competent for these products or competitors, those products prices also should be same. Otherwise, the law of demand will not be applicable. For example, if we are planning to apply the law of demand on mobile phones, and if we have taken a case of Samsung, if the Samsung prices need to be checked with law of demand, the other products, other mobile products like Redmi, Realme and other mobile brands, their products also should be constant. If their prices fail or fall, the people who are purchasing Samsung will shift to those products. So here the third assumption which says that prices of other goods should remain constant. If the prices of other goods changes, then the law of demand cannot be applied. Then next, fourth assumption is the commodity in question has no substitute. The commodity on which the law of demand we are going to see, that commodity should not have any substitute. If there is a substitute, then ultimately people will go ahead with the substitute product. If the prices increase, people will go ahead with purchasing the substitute product. So therefore, here the commodity which we is questioning or we are checking the law of demand, that commodity should not have any substitute. If there is a substitute, then the prices of both the things should be same. Then only we can apply it. The next assumption of law of demand is the commodity is a normal good and has no prestige or status value. We cannot apply the law of demand for the prestigious or status symbol goods and services. Today you can see the gold rates are so high, they are above 50,000 per 10 gram. But even though people are purchasing those products because these commodities or these products are treated as prestige symbol or status value, because of which even if the prices of such goods increase, the law of demand cannot be applied. During Deepavali, if you check the prestigious commodities or goods like vehicles, status symbol vehicles or gold, silver and all, though the prices were increasing, but people still purchase because these products are believed as a status symbol. So if we cannot apply the law of demand in such a situation. Then next assumption of law of demand is people do not expect change in the price. People should not expect change in the price of these commodities on which we are applying or we are questioning or we are testing the law of demand on those products. People should not expect changes in the price, because if the changes in such a products happens or prices of such a product changes, then definitely the law of demand cannot be applied. So these are the 6 assumptions of law of demand, that is, habits, taste and fashion should remain constant, money, income of the consumer should not change, price of other goods should remain constant, the commodity in question should not have any substitute, the commodity is a normal good and has no prestige or status value, and last, people do not expect change in the prices. So these are the assumptions of law of demand. With this we shall stop here. If you have any doubts, you can contact me at any point of time. Thank you. Good day.